My name is Jace Fairchild, and I will be doing Chapter 8, Number 29, Life After the Game. A quick personal story about myself is that as my baseball career was coming to an end after my second year in college, I knew that I wanted to be a baseball coach. I got in touch with Mac Chewilly. He's a very well-known personal trainer who trains MLB, NFL, basketball, soccer, golf. He trains all kind of different professionals in the game, and he is the owner of Traction Center of Sports Excellence in Baton Rouge. He is the co-founder of it with Ryan Theriot, who is also a former Major League Baseball player. Um, just a little side story is that I coach 10-year-old baseball over there, and Ryan Theriot is my assistant coach. So that's pretty fun. His son's on my team. Um, I knew that being a coach was my thing because I played the game the right way at 100%, and that's how I want to see other kids play. That's the way I teach. That's the way I believe we should play, because if there's one thing you can control, it's your effort in every single pitch and every single game. Just like Mike Trout, just like Bryce Harper, just like Craig Biggio, and so many other guys who hustle everything out no matter where the ball's hit, ground ball, fly ball, back to the pitcher, a bunt, anything. They're full speed 100% down the line, full speed in the field every single time, and I believe that's how the game should be played. There's too many kids looking up to players who are too busy being lazy in the field or lazy at the plate or lazy running down the baseline, and I don't think that's setting a great example for how we should be playing the game growing up. But onto the PowerPoint presentation now. Slide 3, why do players retire? I will be referring back to the book a little bit with this, with the traveling, their injuries. We see many people retire due to knee injuries if you're a catcher, due to shoulder and elbow injuries for pitchers, and age is another factor for your everyday fielders. I feel like some people, they come out after they retire and talk about how they accomplished things that they've done before that they wanted to do. And to me, that's wonderful. If you feel like you've done everything you want to do in the game, then congratulations. The book gives examples of that. It also talks about what they do after they retire and the transition toward it. A difficult transition could be getting drafted out of high school. After you leave the game, you don't have any options to go work anywhere. I know in Chapter 8 they talk about when you're doing all the good things for a team, they want to talk to you, they want to be there, they want to give you opportunities, but after you get out of the game, it's more just they want to talk. They don't really want to give you an opportunity to do anything, but they'll talk to you about all your goals and all your accomplishments, that good stuff. Continued on to slide number 4. It is continued from slide 3. The book talks about the transition and how difficult the transition can be, because too many places nowadays want college education. There's many top draft picks that are seniors out of high school and that go professional. They don't go get their college education, and that hurts them in the long run in case they don't make it in the majors or in the minors, and they don't get that big payday that they were hoping to get one day. Morgan Ensberg talks about keeping perspective on things and going from 40,000 people cheering you or booing you. He talks about the perspective and how he wants to help people keep their perspective in life no matter what they're doing. On the slide 5, life after the game. What do players do? Well, they coach, they manage, they open baseball factories, they do lessons, they'll go back and finish school, or they'll chase another dream. Many different things that they can do. Recently at the Rays versus Cuba game, Derek Jeter said he took up golf because he was a competitor, and it's a competitive sport. The book goes back and talks about the things that they do. Greg O'Halloran talks about making adjustments all the time, and how he got interviewed for a job and they said that he had no transferable skills, but in baseball there's adjustments every time. So whenever a person's trying to learn a new skill, it's I'm not going to say easier, but might be better for somebody that's played baseball to make those adjustments every day to be able to make a transition into a new job. Um, on the slide 7 now about his quote. I'm going to pull one from Adam Pettyjohn early in the book on chapter 1, page 8, where he says he was more focused on college and not the pros because, and I quote him, "I still had a lot to learn about the game and mentally I had to get stronger." This goes back to what Greg says because there are so many obstacles throughout baseball that we go through, and every single pitch and every single at bat, there's a new adjustment that needs to be made, and he felt like he wasn't ready for that, and I congratulate him for not jumping to the major leagues whenever he felt like he needed to grow more. Fortunately for us who play, not many people are mentally strong enough to overcome everything that's thrown in the course of a game. The last slide is right before, after the game. It's where the greats, all the recent year players that I'm going to refer to, Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera of the Yankees, and this year David Ortiz, they get their farewell tour where they go to all the stadiums that they're going to play in that year, and on that opening night of the series, they're presented with something that the other team has made for them and felt like they deserve to give to them. And I think that's a huge honor because you're getting honored by every team, including your biggest rivals, just like Derek Jeter did with the Boston Red Sox last year. And I'm sure the same thing will happen with David Ortiz when they go visit the Yankees this year. So my name's Jace. That's life after the game and what players do, what they can do. A bit of my personal story about how I now get to coach with Ryan Theriot, also Mike Fontenot are out there, and I get to meet guys like Reed Brignac, who's with the Phillies, Aaron Nola, who's with the Phillies, guys that's played at LSU. But that's just a bit of my story personally, and that is life after the game from chapter 8, number 29.